Hello, space travelers, and welcome back to my little corner of the galaxy. How is everybody? How have you been? Long time no see. I definitely needed some time away. Today's topic is going to be a little heavy, but it won't be the entirety of the stream. So there might be some content warning of like depression and really sad stuff, but I felt it was really, really important, given everything I've been through lately, to share my thoughts on grief. Let's see here. Hey, Berry Pumpkin, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see, Souls. Hello, Jiffy, and welcome back. I feel good. I'll tell a couple stories and jokes later. Yeah. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hey, Mr. Don, how are you? Check your Discord messages. I was just checking in to make sure we're still on for tomorrow. You've been all right? Good. Let's see here. I'm hoping I fixed a couple of things with my VTuber. I know she's been kind of derp face, and I think, cross fingers, that I fixed the eyes problem. And we'll go from there. Let's see here. Get caught up in chat. It's okay. I took a bit of a break because as the title of this video says, I've been experiencing and processing a lot of grief. It's not 100%, but I am doing a bit better. I'm still in the middle of a few things, but definitely on the other side of what was probably the roughest part of my life. But I try to learn from my experiences and share them with people in hopes that it helps. Should still be good, Mr. Don says. I'll make sure let you know if anything changes. Sweet. Yeah, I definitely was getting my butt kicked with Darth Facetious. I'm really probably should be playing the hammer, but I'm stubborn and I like the hunting horn. I might try the insect glaive next because that one's really fun. I remember playing that in Monster Hunter Tri. But yeah, let's see, what is today? Today's Monday. Oh, I had to think about that for a second. How was everyone's weekend? What'd you do this weekend? And let me know if the music is too loud against my voice. I will turn it down, which I think I just might anyways. 1 second. One click. There we go. Appreciate you all being here. Thank you for letting me have a little bit more time. I was getting kind of embarrassed with some of the mental breaks on stream. I just kept having like technical issues, and it was just kind of compounding with everything that was going on. So I was like, it's probably time for a little bit of a break. If you feel like you're constantly running into a wall, it probably means break time. The good news is I should be back with more Detroit this Friday. Hopefully episode 6 will actually go through fully this time. Yeah, I'm excited to finish that. I also have lined up another game series that I may be posting on Wednesdays. I am going to try and challenge myself to get more videos posted per week. So you'll have up to 4 videos, 2 live streams and 2 uploads. We're gonna see how well I can do that, but I have to get my viewer count up. And speaking of viewer count, if you're lurking or just viewing the video, if you like what you're seeing and enjoying your stay here, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. We're trying to hit the goal of 500 subs. We're at 185, and so I appreciate every single one of you that is still here despite all the changes and the hiccups here and there. Let's see, Soul says, my weekend was fine. I had a nice Easter dinner with my uncle and cousin. I had boneless ham, turkey, sweet potatoes, green beans, mac and cheese, and roll. Ooh. I had a friend from out of town that one of my childhood friends stopped by, and they were in town. So we just went out and had a cup of coffee. Just about everywhere was closed though, which was good. I'm glad some of these places were closed and people can enjoy a holiday off. Let's see. David! Hello, humans in the chat. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. Hey, Jiffy. Hope all is well. Felt like that quote works here. That's I completely agree with that. I have a little thing typed up today, and also an article I wanted to kind of pull up about depression, chronic depression, otherwise also known as persistent depression and dysthymia, if you want to get real technical. Let's see here. Barry Pumpkin says, over the weekend, I stayed up too long playing hardcore Minecraft after I died too many times. Okay, speaking of Minecraft, pleasantly surprised at the Minecraft movie. Very funny, very campy, super, super funny. I would definitely watch that movie again. Let's see. Soul says, you had a dessert, nice dessert vanilla cake. Oh, with the bunny face? Ooh, chocolate cake, chocolate ice cream, and vanilla ice cream, plus apple pie. Ooh, that sounds like a sugar overload. See, Mr. Don says, Easter was fun. Weather did a wild 180 here in Oklahoma, downpouring and then nice and sunny. Yeah, we had, I'm also from the Midwest, and we had tornadoes everywhere. Thankfully, we're in a pocket that doesn't tend to get hit. But yeah, it was insane, the hail and the damage that's been done around here. Yeah. Learning. You love the Minecraft movie? Good. I'm glad you did. It was so funny. Basically, it seems like Jack Black and Jason Momoa. And then, I always forget the lady's name. She's hilarious. But they knew that parents were going to come see this movie. And they're like, we have to make this palatable, not only for the kids, but for the adults too. And they just nailed it on the head, I feel. I should hopefully be getting back into my normal Monday, Friday streaming. I'm really challenging myself. Look forward to, like I said, more videos on Wednesdays. I'll be doing pre-uploads on Wednesdays and Saturdays for now. I've been kind of doing just some fun collabs on Saturdays and just playing some fun games. And then Wednesdays are just going to be kind of like, I'm going to call them like wacky Wednesdays. And then silly Saturdays. Those are just personal names for me to keep track of what kind of games I'm going to try to play. Let's see. Yep, I was in church when the sirens went off. That was a fun experience. Yeah, I bet. I was, I have a new friend. He's super funny. He told me that when the weather got all crazy, the first thing he did was go to his fridge and take out all of his expensive cheeses. He's like, I must save these. And I died laughing. It's so funny. Some of those cheeses are very expensive and very valuable. Oh, man. Oh, okay. So, without further ado, I think I'm going to get into tonight's topic. And, when I'm done kind of sharing a bit of what I've been sharing, if there's anything you guys would like to share, it is a safe space in here. You do not have to. But if you have some things to get off your chest or questions, I'll take questions today, or just want to share your story, I'm hoping that this will kind of help. So first off, I want to kind of just start off with like my thoughts over the past, let's see, November, December, January, February, March, April. I'm almost 7 months like separated from what has happened. And if you've seen or were a part of any of my streams, I've already kind of briefly talked about it. But I don't want to dwell on the details right now. But I just kind of wanted to talk about my process of grieving. Now, grief, everyone experiences a little different. So I figured if I shared what I went through, that maybe it might help somebody. Yes, save the cheese! Save the cheese! I love cheese very much myself. I was like, you know what, man, that's fair. Save the cheese. Okay. So I usually like to write things down, so sorry if this comes off like a speech, but it's the best way that I remember stuff. Actually, I'm gonna turn the music down just a tad more. Okay, so my thoughts. Grief is a messy, like awful experience. During the first, let's see, I would say during the first like chunk of my situation, I would say the first 3 months, I dealt with some of the most grief I've ever experienced in my life. My friend who took me in had gone through a similar situation, like a divorce. Mine just had an extra little bit of flavor to it. And she thankfully knew what I was experiencing. She knew to tell me that it sucks and all the negative feelings that sometimes people tell you to pull yourself out of. In my experience, though, feeling the pain and letting it out, as ugly as it is, was the best option for me. Yeah, scripts are the best. As someone on the spectrum, I have lots of those. So you're not gonna want to feel. Sorry if you hear a doggy in the background. That's the doggy that we have here at my new place. It's not gonna feel great. It's ugly is the best word I have for it, but it's really necessary to let yourself feel those things. I wallowed and I wailed, and I said some things I didn't mean, and the feelings again were ugly. So there was a point, and this goes along with having the chronic depressive disorder, which I'll kind of get into that in a little bit. I couldn't not think how much I just wanted things to end, and that there's just no point. My best friend's gone. Why did he hurt me? Why did this happen? And the worst feeling in the world to me is loving somebody so much but being so angry at them. And I know there was multiple points. I know he has tried to make me hate him, and I know that's just a defense mechanism for probably his situation, but I tried very, very hard to not let, and I'll kind of get into this too, you don't want hatred and anger to take hold, because it's okay to feel the pain and the sorrow, but don't let anger take control. Yes, the doggo is the most precious doggo. So let's see. As my friend said, and my friend in this context, this is Melfi. You guys have heard her before. As my friend said, one day you'll realize you aren't crying anymore, but you may experience another emotion, and like I said a second ago, anger. I have felt so betrayed and abandoned by those who said they loved me. I couldn't rationalize why. And this is where some people can also get stuck. Why? I don't understand why. And I hate to say it, the thing you may have to be okay with is you may never know why. And you may always be a villain in their story. No matter what you do or say, you want to be heard and to have them understand, but they may never do so. My advice, if you get to this point, is, as I do with most emotions, let yourself feel what you need to. But with anger, don't let it consume you. Anger will lead you down a path that can be as destructive as the situation that hurt you. As hard as all of this has been, especially when you have things like the legal system involved, that adds a whole nother layer I can't, this part I can't really describe. You want to defend yourself, but you're having to defend yourself against someone that you love. I still love the person that hurt me, and I have so many beautiful memories. I am angry, but as much as they want me to hate them, I refuse to let hate consume me. I've been down that path before with hating myself, and it led me to ruin. I refuse to race to get back to normal. Oh, sorry, there is no race to get back to normal. You can't force this. Every day I just woke up and it felt not real. It felt surreal. And I wanted more than anything for it to go back to the way it was. I still do, but sorry, I've been crying too much on stream. I would give anything for it to go back. But I promise you, as my friend promised me, it will get better. Hug yourself extra tight, treat yourself with grace, and you will get there. Hello! Hi, Ian. How's it going? Thank you for stopping by my little corner of the galaxy. How are you? Is this your first time here? We're talking about grief today. I've been through some stuff recently, and I thought it'd be really good to kind of talk about grief and processing grief. So, I know everyone experiences it at a different pace. Let's see. Yes, can I? Yes, of course you can. Of course. Everyone's welcome here in my little corner of the galaxy. I hope it's a refuge out in this big, large space of ours. Let's see here. So that's kind of what I have kind of is a xenomorph. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. I always feel it's really important to share stuff like this, and I really hope it helps somebody, anybody, you know, because I know the first thing you want to do is like kind of curl up in a ball, and you don't want to like talk to anybody. You're mad, you're angry, you're sad. But what the household that I was in, oh, here we go. I completely missed a spot. The household I was in let me grieve. Like, I was always worried that I was like being a Debbie Downer, and you know, there was just times where I had to shut the door and just cry, and I think I cried every day for 3 to 4 months straight, and a little bit less each day. Let's see. Let's see. Don't worry, the xenomorph has an electric collar every time he tried to eat. Yeah, no eating people in the chat. That's not nice. We're all friends here. Hopefully you got some treats for him. So yeah, that's my little spiel there. I did find, I haven't read it yet, but something that might be useful is there is a book, 8 Lessons from the Art of Being Alone. And I will say, yeah, feeling alone is probably the worst of it. Oops. So in this book, let's see. So the first part we have is silence. So silence is powerful in helping us listen to our inner voice. This person's, the book is by, give me one second. Who is it by? Gavarani, I believe. Renuka Gavarani. Yeah, so silence is really powerful in helping us listen to our inner voice. It suggests by embracing the silence, we open ourselves up to introspection and a clearer understanding of our thoughts and emotion. Aloneness versus loneliness. Yeah, so this is... You kidding? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. I know you're joking. Yeah, so I think I like this. Aloneness versus loneliness, because I can guarantee that however alone or lonely that I felt, I had a lot of people like came out of the woodworks that were there for me, whether I just needed to talk or just cry on a shoulder, you know. The other one is, oh yeah, learning to enjoy your own company. That is hard. I've always kind of been in some sort of relationship, or I've had, you know, someone around me. I've been finding that part really hard. Like, I kind of just want to fill my time with people and whatnot. It's really hard for me to sit alone. Okay, so then we got So this book also, like, again, distinguishes being alone versus feeling lonely. So yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna take a gander at this. Let's see what else. What else is in this book? Let's see. Oh yeah, setting boundaries. So I've been kind of doing that for a long time, but it does get really hard when you're in a relationship and you love the person, right? Because you give them a little bit more wiggle room. So yeah, learning how to set boundaries, and I tend to set some pretty hard boundaries. Let's see here. Let me check on. Let me get it caught up on the chat really quick. Let's see. I've seen Alien in movies, but I didn't like how they depict them, except Men in Black. Yeah, aliens. I do believe aliens are out there. I think the way that we imagine them is only this in the scope of what humans can imagine them as. You know what I'm saying? This is how I imagine an alien and how I imagine myself and how I see myself. Let's see. Barry Pumpkin says introspection does seem good when dealing with emotions. The classic green guy is sometimes the classic gray guy. Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, I read the title, but I might have gone too fast. Let me pull up the book really quick and I'll put a link in the chat. Let's see. Let me double check. The Art of Being Alone. The Art of Being Alone. Let me make sure I'm getting the right author. Bleh. Yeah, here we go. I guess they have copies on Amazon. I don't want to necessarily post Amazon links though. 1 second. Working. 1 second, sorry. Let's go to shopping. Here we go. Looks like it's also at Target. Where is my chat? Oh, won't let me use that link. Yeah, I'll just put the title of the book below. The Art of Being Alone. By Gavrani. Renuka. What a cool name. Gavrani. Boop. Okay. Ion says, my favorite form of aliens is from Dragon Ball, like Mr. Piccolo. Oh, yeah, my ears are a little bit reminiscent of the Namekian ears. Not bad. Frieza. Yeah, Frieza is definitely an arrogant character. Mr. Don says, I'm sure I've asked this before, but what do you think a gray alien would taste like? I feel like, gosh, what am I thinking of? I feel like it would taste like a paste. I don't know if that makes sense. Like a really gross paste. Yeah, flavorlessness. I'm guessing they're chewy like octopus. Oh, okay. Probably put some hot sauce on them. Like gray berry. I like it. Let's see what else is in this book. Yeah, solitude's good. Setting boundaries. Finding the importance and joy in the small things. Simple activities like reading or walking, journaling. My art is what I do, and the stream stuff is what I usually try to focus on. Now that I am like on my own, and now it's kind of like, okay, I have all this extra space now to just focus on this, and it's actually been kind of hard for me because I'm so used to being there for somebody else and spending time that like I'm struggling finding like enjoyment with myself, if that makes sense. And it's really been jarring. Let's see here. Creating emotional independence. So that you don't need to rely on others for happiness. That has been extremely hard. This whole situation, as horrible as it's been, has been extremely eye-opening, and it probably really needed to happen in order for me to really truly experience independence. I just wish it didn't happen in the way that it did. Let's see here. Ion says, I hope aliens are not like those 18 plus animes with tentacle. No girls are yeah, no tentacles in this, no tentacles here in this part of the galaxy. Let's see. Oh, you're getting a remodel in your bathroom? That's cool. That's always fun. But yeah, let me go on to the next part here. I'm gonna pull up. So I suffer from something called dysthymia, or persistent depressive disorder, or chronic depression. And it has definitely made this whole process a lot harder. And again, if you're enjoying yourself here and you're new here, I would appreciate a like and a follow. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. So far we're at 185, and I appreciate every single one of you for hanging out with me in my little corner of the galaxy. Okay, so let me paste this link. And I felt like it would be important to bring this part up too, because there's actually a difference between like depression and chronic depression. One second. Turn my light on to read a little better. Okay. Pull this up on the screen for you guys to see. Let's do... Oh, that's not it. Let's do screen capture. Screen capture! Or display, is it? No, it's display capture. Oop. Oh, I should have done this off screen first. But yeah, if any of you have something that you would like to get off your chest, it doesn't have to be super personal, but if it would help you in any way to talk about anything or ask me questions, I would not mind answering. Oh, that's not the right. I did the wrong thing. No. Don't do it, Jiffy. Don't do it. Okay. Display capture. That is okay. I'm doing the wrong one. Which one is it? Is it screen capture? Window capture. Let's see here. There we go. That's what I wanted. And let me get that off the screen there. Okay. Let me pull this down. Almost there. I should have had this pulled up beforehand. Okay. Let me get caught up on chat. So David says, so this may come as a bit of a surprise to you, Jiffy, but I have been delving a bit deeper into politics, especially with the EEOC DEI stuff. Yeah, it's the American political it's everything's just on fire right now, so that is quite the task to take on, David. Let's see, delving deeper in tariffs. Yeah, looking forward. Mr. John says politics, the greatest war zone of the modern day. I completely agree with you. So speaking of Dragon Ball, yesterday I played with my friend Budokai 3 for PS2. Oh, I remember that. We get equal score, so he played with Vegeta, I played with Majin Buu. Both great characters. Let's see. Barry says, well, anger can certainly be destructive to oneself. Absolutely. There's room for anger. We all experience anger, and, we need to get it out, but there are healthy ways to get it out. Yes. Yep. As long as it doesn't control your actions. And, in my situation, my soon-to-be ex-husband, feel that he has had this anger building up for a while, and we were both just not communicating or hearing each other, and I tried to get him into therapy and he just didn't want to go. And I just really wish he would have, and maybe we wouldn't be here right now. Let's see here. Soul says, to be honest, I learned a video about anime without filler, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh, there's anime without filler? What is this magical creature? Hello, Jimmy. How's it going? You got here on time? Yeah. So today we're talking a bit about grief. I've already briefly on stream kind of like everyone kind of knows been going through the ringer, been pulling out to the other side. The first half of the stream so far, I kind of talked about my thoughts on my whole situation, and then I recommended a book, The Art of Being Alone. It has some great advice in there, and I'm definitely going to give it a read. Right now, we're talking about persistent depressive disorder, or also called chronic depression or dysthymia. It is something that I experience every day that I need medication and therapy for. So I thought it would also be really relevant to talk about this because it is a serious thing and it's different between, everyone gets depression from time to time, completely normal. PDD is something a bit different. One second. David says, I had some anger issues the other day at work. Thankfully, I was able to reel back my anger. Yeah, it can be really hard. And then, if you do add any kind of substances to it, it can also amplify things. Let's see. I have a jealousy edge. Yeah, jealousy. I always find, because I used to be jealous of a lot of people. When I was in my early 20s, I was just so envious. I felt like everyone was like ahead of me, going places, and I just felt stuck. But the more you sit in that, jealousy is another type of like hatred or anger to me, or at least those are the emotions that it led me to feel. And I feel, I have learned that those are a waste of energy. Like, why I could be using that energy to get to the place that I am feeling jealous about, instead of sitting here being upset that I'm not there. But I completely understand that feeling. Let's see. Get caught up on chat. I appreciate everybody in the chat. I'm glad this is like a good topic. You guys always turn out for the mental health streams, and I really appreciate it because I'm a huge mental health advocate, and I really like to be able to open up discussions about stuff like this because just getting the conversation started, I'm hoping it will give someone the courage to get on their journey of self-discovery or healing. Let's see here. Also, there should be, I cannot remember. David, can you check for me really quick if I have the Discord link down in the description of this video? Because there is a Discord. I'm the only one managing it right now, but trying to keep it going. I have channels for like access to help. There's places for you to post your art, some art advice. I've been a one alien show. Let me see here. You're working on letting go? Yeah, it's letting go. It's hard. Especially if you're neurodivergent, I know the struggle to let go is real. Change is hard. You don't want it to change. This has been I've had so much change in what feels like a very short amount of time that I've had to give myself a lot of grace. So, hey, how are you doing, De Silva? Welcome to the chat. I hope you've been doing well. Thank you for tuning in. We've already gone through a little bit of my spiel here about grief, but we're going into talking about like depressive disorders. Yeah, I feel that, Berry Pumpkin. Lack of the monies. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, we each have our own struggle, and I try to think about that, you know. Let's say I'm out and about and someone's really rude or mean to me. Of course, if they're persistent on it, that's a different story. But like, let's say they are, I try to think like, man, they must be like feeling really bad about something, you know? Okay, let's see. Also, I think I fixed the eye problem. I know I brought that up, but so far I think it's been okay. The microphone is supposed to be picking up my voice, but it doesn't seem to. Well, it's picking up my voice, but it's not moving with my VTuber like I have it set up. So I'll have to mess with that more after stream. Let's see here. We have our own struggle. Yes, it's there. Awesome. Yeah. If you guys want to talk with like-minded people and you enjoy talking with each other in the chat, please click the Discord link should be down in the description. I'm also looking for a moderator. I'm trying to figure out how Discord works. If you're interested in modding my Discord, send me a message through Discord or my email, which is, I will type it in here. Stream.com. There we go. Let's see. If this was a class, I was the class clown here. Hey, I do know that, what was it? Humor is definitely a defense mechanism to deal with grief. I definitely, I made some pretty bad jokes during the first stint of my situation, but laughter and making jokes is one of the ways that I deal with stuff. Oh, give me 1 second. Starting to get dark in the living room. Gotta turn some lights on so my camera can see me. So, what do you guys think so far? I'm hoping, you know, I made sure to hopefully put a content warning towards the beginning of the stream. I hope this has been helpful so far. Living room lights on. There we go. Yes, so many disorders. Yeah. I got quite a few of them. I got a list. Yeah, yep, I'll be talking about that shortly. I just want to make sure I'm keeping up on chat for everybody. Hey Kendrick, how are you? Welcome to the chat. I hope you've been doing well. This is a new one for you? Yeah, a lot of it is. And if you missed the first half of the stream, don't worry. This will be going up under the mental health playlists after we're done. I kind of talked about a little bit of my thoughts as I've been processing my own grief, and I'm hoping it'll help someone. Let's see, Ion says, I was a friend with a quiet kid and calm him down if he got angry to not reach his back and reveal that his AK... I hope he didn't have an AK-47 at school. But it's very nice to be a nice friend to help someone through a hard time. So, okay. So I'm going to get into the depressive disorders here. So it's a mild to moderate chronic depression. It involves a sad or dark mood most of the day on most days for year on end. So for me, I kind of like wake up and I just feel depressed. Like I always like to describe it as like there's a brick on my head, if that makes sense. And it feels heavy. I feel heavy a lot of the times. Now I've been on a couple of medications and they've really, really helped kind of bring my baseline from sinking pit to I'm like above water, if that makes sense. Let's see here. Yeah, formerly known as dysthymia or dysthymia disorder is, it doesn't go away, unfortunately. Unlike, you know, when you have a depressive episode, you know, you might need to, you know, do some therapy or talk it out with someone and you know, go through a grieving process. When you have a chronic depressive disorder, it just will not go away. 1.5% of the US adults have depressive disorder. 2.5% of the US adults have experienced persistent depressive disorder at some time of their life. So some of the symptoms: fatigue, feelings of hopelessness and or worthlessness, lack of appetite or overeating. I had the overeating part. I ate myself into a frenzy. Like, it was like filling a hole. I was trying to fill a hole, but it did not good. Lack of concentration, limited energy, low self-esteem, difficulty performing at work or school, trouble sleeping or sleeping too much. So I had trouble sleeping. Definitely low self-esteem. I still struggle with it, but that's why I preach so hard about being kind to yourself and loving yourself. You are worthy of being loved. You deserve to be loved. And, you know, I feel like we're our own, as they say, worst critics. So let's see. So what causes it? Of course, scientists don't fully understand what causes it. Most likely, depression is caused by an abnormal connection between different parts of your brain, preventing your brain cells from communicating as they should. So to kind of put it into perspective, a lot of people on the spectrum, like myself, like the doctor that diagnosed me basically just said I'm depressed because I'm autistic. Like, there's just constant struggles and things that I have to overcome, and it's like exhausting. So risk factors: persistent disorder affects women more often. The condition also tends to run in biological families. So this is why it's so frustrating how, like, generations before us, I'm a millennial, if that helps, that talking about your mental health or your problems was so frowned upon that there's so many kids and people now that are struggling to, like, find if there's some sort of, like, family like occurrence of this, to see if, like, it's a, you know, because if you know the medical history of your family, it might be able to help you in your current state. Yeah, so they usually, the treatment is therapy and medicine. And I'll be honest, for the longest time I was really scared of taking antidepressants, because I had took some in my earlier part of my life, and I had a bad reaction to them. So it's a chemical science, and it can be a little tricky. My recommendation, if you can afford to, is to get a genetic test. You can get it for all the different kinds of mental disorders, but you can get it specifically for depression. And what that does is pulls up a chart of green, orange, and red, and it basically shows you what your body can process the best. In the green category, your body can process that the best. The orange category, you can process it, but you might need a certain dose. And then, of course, red is big no. So guess which one Jiffy had? I think it was Prozac was in the red, and that is one that they gave me when I was younger, and it was a bad time. Very bad time. Let's see here. Let's do. Let me get caught up on chat. Gotta go. Have a good time, everyone. Okay, Mr. Don. Have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow for some recording. Does it temporarily go away? It can. I'm trying to think if there's. Let me double check the article here. I don't want to misquote the article. I know I just read it. Here we go. Although you can't prevent depression, you can take steps to reduce your risk of developing it. These things may also help improve your symptoms if you're already diagnosed. Physical activity, yeah, definitely. I highly recommend, you don't need to go gung-ho at a gym, but I highly recommend that you go on walks, even like swimming. I would highly recommend doing something where you're moving around. I know my brain really, really loves it when I'm up and moving. Avoid alcohol and recreational drugs, and meditation. Meditation is not something I'm very good at, but that is something I've heard a lot of people say at work. Does it ever go away? With medication, talk therapy, and lifestyle changes, you can manage depressive disorders and feel better. But it can come back. So it's just it's kind of a come and go kind of thing. But yeah, so hopefully that's a little helpful for you guys. Let me get caught up on chat. Oh, so lovely to see all you guys interacting in the chat. I love it. So basically, it can be manageable, Corb. I don't, at least for me, it's just kind of always there, but it's manageable, and I can take steps from it getting to a bad destructive point, if that makes sense. Ion says, I don't know, I prefer to be friends with this quiet kid. He is more than most classmates. I was one too, but I become class clown. I always focused on a lot of the kids that were either being picked on or were quiet or people were making fun of. I hated that. Could I defend myself to save my life? Absolutely not. But I always would get so upset when I see people like making fun of other people. I wonder what is happening in the brain that makes people feel weighed down. Yeah, that is a really good question. Yeah, I always, like I said, describe it as like there's a brick on my head. And with my medications, it kind of takes some of that pressure off. I might have to look into that. Yeah, have a good night, Mr. Don. Yep, have a good night, Jimmy. Have a great week. Yep. Let's see here. Corp says, I don't think I had any experience, come to think of it. Oh, I'm really glad that you've never experienced that. It's a real thing. Oh man, I have to take a sip of my drink here. 1 sec. Lots of talking. Hey Gamer Cat, how was your Easter? It wasn't too bad. I had a friend from out of town come visit, and I spent some time with them. We were just kind of talking about grief today. I already kind of went over in my first little bit of it, from all the stuff I've been going through the last. I was counting the months. It's been almost 7 months, and I'm like, where has this year gone? Yep, water check. And I just got done talking about persistent depressive disorder, which is something that I experienced. And whatnot, and recommended a book, The Art of Being Alone by Ranuka Gavrani. That's such a fun name. But yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, David. Does anybody else have like an example of grief, or maybe you have some grief to get off your shoulders today? Today will be a day that I will be a therapy box. If you have anything you'd like to talk about, let me know. Corp says autism and ADHD is the only 2 things that I know I've experienced. I gotcha. Yeah, and like I said, my doctor that diagnosed me basically said I will probably always feel consistent depression because of my autism, not because of the autism itself, but the challenges that I face every day and the obstacles that I have to overcome to like fit into a neurotypical space. Some people are a little bit more lucky with that than others. Mine has been really, I've been struggling with like stuff at my job. And you know, Gamer Cat can attest, like we're always short staffed. No one listens to everybody. Everyone's grumpy, upset. I'm someone that can do multiple things in the store, and a lot of people rely on me or need my help. And it gets so overwhelming some days. That I'm just like, I feel like I'm failing. Cause like this shouldn't be that hard. This shouldn't be that hard. But if I get pushed too far, I end up having like emotional breakdowns, or I just start feeling really ill with my sensory problems, and it sucks. Let's see here. No, I don't. If I said, I don't believe I said that, but I don't think being a class clown is necessarily bad. I think if you're always disruptive to the class, it can be detrimental to the people that want to learn. But having fun and creating joy and laughter is not a bad thing. I think if it's used to hurt people, it can be a bad thing. But no, I don't think so. Let's see here. Does everyone find all this helpful? I hope so. Also, I just noticed one of my chat hasn't been pulled up. No! Why? What happened? Oh no, it wasn't turned on. Oh goodness gracious. Uh-oh. Well, maybe we'll just turn that off because it's not working. Oh darn, I was hoping the chat was pulled up so that way people can kind of read. I guess I do tend to read the comments out loud. Give me 1 second. You're gonna hear a double audio for a second. There we go. Let me fix this. Whoop. There we go with my technical difficulties. But hey, look at that. This time I'm not feeling stressed about it. There was just way too many that happened, like stream after stream. Man, did I goof up? Let me paste that. Dokie. Boop, boo. Boop. Let me see, did I fix it? Did I fix it? Why is it showing that? Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can fix this. Window capture. Turn that off for a second. Chat, please. That is so weird. Why is it doing that? YouTube, you changed something. Maybe it's this or that. Nope, that's broken. There we go, haha. Let's see here. Soul says, what do you call a happy cowboy? A jolly rancher. That's a good one, I like that. Jiffy Inception. Yeah, I thought things looked invisible. Yeah, that was my bad. I thought I had that pulled up. Let's see. Oh, today it was useful. Thank you. I'm glad. Watching the stream within the stream. See, Ion says, I like anime games and JRPGs. Sometimes I play adventure and action games. Cool. I'm actually in the middle. I'll be streaming again Friday night at 7 p.m. We're gonna hopefully continue with some more Detroit Become Human. I'm not sure how close to the end of the game I am. Maybe even when I load it up on Friday, for those that have played it, you can kind of let me know. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick little Aliens Room break, and then I'm gonna probably continue working on my Kirby drawing a little bit. And probably go to about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Since my first stream back, I'm getting back into the swing of things. But I'm gonna go take a little break, and I'll be back in just a moment. I'm back. This here, see if that helps. Okay. Let me pull up my iPad here. Why aren't you showing up? Oh, I think I might have to connect it again. Give me 1 second. Come on, iPad, you can do it. Welcome back, welcome back. Final joke. What's the coolest element in the periodic table? Beryllium. Come on. There we go. Type this in real quick. There we go. Okay, why aren't you? Yeah, all right. Okay. There we go. There's Kirby. Okay. So, what does everybody have planned for the rest of the week? Anything fun? I'm going to be doing some recording with Mr. Don. Since he also has a YouTube channel, I want to promote him out there. We're going to play more Monster Hunter Wilds. And then I'm gonna hopefully start recording the surprise game. I think Souls is the only one that knows what the game is. I'm looking forward to it because I really want to know the story, but I'm also not looking forward to it, and you'll understand why when you guys see it. Wrong emote. There we go. Let's do some drawing. Okay, first off, we'll get rid of this guy. Where is the cone? I need to do some shading. What color do I want to use? Actually, I think this color would be great. I'm gonna add a layer above it, do a clipping mask, and turn the opacity down. What brush do I got out right now? Okay. I've been finding that I love using the airbrush tool. Okay, so and then I'm gonna alpha lock this layer. There we go. Make that a little bigger. That's a little too much. There we go. Let's see here. Have you eaten an orange? Not today, I haven't. Hey, Lixie, how's it going? Let's see. Let's see. That joke was cold as iodine cereal. Yeah, I can't remember if you've told me that if you've played Detroit Become Human or not. I'm sorry if I don't remember. Scorp says they may be looking for fossils. Ooh. Soul says, well, I'm doing a recorded video. Looking forward to finish Bathroom this week. I also plan more game called Moose Sinks. It's a rhythm game. Oh, okay. Moose Sinks. Oh, okay. I see how it's pronounced now. Let's see. Kirby needs some shading. It looks so cursed when it's just Kirby, the painted parts of Kirby look a little cursed on my little list here. Alright, so I'm gonna take this, do the same thing, come up here, clipping mask, and then I'm gonna do this. I think this will work. Nope. 1 second. Nope, it is not working. Why are you not working? I guess I probably don't need to do that. So let's go here. I might have to start merging some layers down. Merge down. Merge down. I love working in layers so I can like fix any little thing that I need to. Also do the alpha lock. Okay, alright, that's not working. Whoopsies. Erase that. I'm glad all that was helpful for you guys. I just think it's really important to share your life experiences, as you never know if someone's going through something like you. It doesn't feel like it when you're experiencing grief like that. You feel like you're all alone, but you're really not. You're never alone. Let's see. Corb says, I found one before recently. At least I believe I did. It's not fully determined yet. Ooh, what does it look like? What do you think it is? Lixie says, when is the Alien Girl Gives Love Advice episode? I could do that. I have talked about a lot about self-love, but I'm not sure if I am confident enough to talk about like love as in like your partner, but maybe that's something I'll put together if that's something you guys are interested in. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Okay. Oopsies. I guess I'll just do that. That's fine. Let's see. Undo that. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do with the background of this picture. What do you guys think? I kind of just have some like cloud looking stuff. Oopsies. Yeah, this weekend, I think I'm going to a coworker's daughter's birthday party. You guys might have seen in the Discord, I've been working on a little birthday present. She absolutely loves tails, so I'm drawing tails for her. But my process of doing stuff in traditional is similar to digital, but it's definitely a lot more messy. Oh, and I also, I'm kind of doing it off screen a little bit, but I started working on my coloring book I've been telling you guys about. Let me pull it up for you. I only got one going so far, but I finally started working on my coloring book. I'm super excited. Wait a minute. Oh no, I put it on the wrong layer. No! Okay, lots of backing up here. 1 second. Come on. Oh, I'm so annoyed I did that. No! It was supposed to be on this layer. Oh no, why did I do that? Oh dear, why won't it back up? Uh-oh. Well, Jiffy just might have made an uh-oh here. It won't... Oh, it's because I left the canvas. Oh, gosh, darn it. Okay, well, Kirby's now gonna be a darker pink. I'm gonna have to go over it with the regular pink. Okay, alright, we can... I might be able to fix this, maybe. I might want to do that off screen too. Oh, I'm so frustrated. I colored on the wrong layer and then like a goofball, I left to show you guys the, what was it? The coloring book page, and what happens when you leave, a canvas, it saves it and it won't let you fix it or undo what you left. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see here. Oh yeah, 1 month to your birthday. Looking forward to that. Plan on seeing the Lilo and Stitch movie. Ooh, yeah, you'll have to let me know when you're doing that so I can come tag along. Okay, I'm gonna leave Kirby alone and come back to that. What should I work on instead? I guess I can work on this since it's what goofed me up. Go here. That's the art of letting go. You just gotta have to just let it go, and come back to it. If you get frustrated, just come back to it. Okay. Where should I put this? This might need to go up here. Okay, come on. Let me go at the top. Let me go at the top, come on. There we go, okay. Yeah, basically I would probably have to change the lighting where like the light's coming from behind. You are correct, I might have to do that. I'm so frustrated I did that. Oh no. Oh well, mistakes happen. Let's see, reload. Okay, making sure I'm... Uh-oh. Lixie says, alright, I'm conscripting you to answer people's questions. Yeah, I'm gonna say, if anybody has any, like, even if with this stream, if you have any questions for me about what we talked about tonight, I'm totally fine with that. Corp says it could be a bone or it could be a plant. I just don't know until I get more information. Oh, okay. Okay. Make sure I got the right... Nope, that's not the right size. Okay. This is where the nice, thick, bold lines will really come in handy. Alright, where do I want to draw first? The horse... The horse or the hare. Yeah, there are some major things. I'm gonna actually turn the background off so you guys can see. There's some major things that I fixed on this pony. It looks so much better. The tail's not quite where I want it, but I like the rest of it so far. Oops, well that's way too big. Oops. About that? Is that better? No, a little smaller. There we go. I don't know if I like this part. Uh-oh. Where'd my music go? There it is. Okay. Yeah, the coloring book. Yep. This is something I've been really wanting to do. I really do want to sell my print and whatnot, but I feel like this might be a good first step to. I wanted to add some variety to my merch stuff, and I've always had a big soft spot for coloring books ever since I was little. As I would tell you guys, I would always color my babysitters a picture before they left, because that's to show my appreciation. I probably don't need that there. Okay. Ion says, I like Final Fantasy X and most of the series Kingdom Hearts. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, the original, let me show you what the original drawing was. Here, let me turn this off. Turn that off. Where's the hair? There we go. It looks like, yeah. Here's the original. Not too bad. There's just some things wrong, like the oopsies, cancel. Like like right here, the chest area, the face, little wonky, a little off. The tail has definitely got some issues, but like the scenery wasn't too bad. The stars weren't too bad, but the pony itself has definitely got some issues. But I think I fixed it. On the wrong layer. There we go. That's a digital artist's life. I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. Come on. Oh, nope. We don't want red. We need black. Yeah, I've been researching how I want to make this book. I definitely want to make it a spiral binding, so you can flip the page, like the book completely over, and have a flat surface to color on, and to make sure that the pages are easily ripped out, and a good thickness, so hopefully they don't bleed if you do like markers and whatnot. Turn this upside down. Being left-handed is a pain in the butt. Come on. Might have to fix that, but that's fine. Good enough. Good enough for now. The perfectionism is real with some of my stuff. Go. Let's see, 817. Let's see here. So I appreciate that. So this is going to be called Color Cuties, and what the whole shtick on it, let me pull up, is I just wanted them to be like little windows into like other worlds. So this one is very dreamlike. So I got this one here. Here's the one I'm currently working on. And then here's this one. I need to fix a few things on here. And then there's this one right here. This one's a little different because the octopus is outside. But I have a few more sketches in an old sketchbook. I started these like a long time ago and I've just been putting it off. Oh man. But now that I have a means to do digital art, I have a means to make the coloring book, so I have nice, clean, smooth lines for everybody. Hey, Div, how are you? welcome to the chat. I hope you've been doing well. I am currently working on, I just let everybody know I'm working on my coloring book finally. The first half of the video, we talked all about grieving and depression, and, you know, and I gave a good, hopefully a good reference on the art of being alone. And I wanted to share my experience that I've been kind of going through the last several months in hopes that it helps somebody. Yeah, look at that eye. I really have fallen in love with chunky eyelashes and big eyes. Hope you've been doing well. Thanks so much for stopping by. And this stream will be going under not only live streams, but it will be going under mental health streams. So anytime I talk about mental health, it goes right in there, so they're easy to find. And if you need a reference, it's pretty. You love it? Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be called Color Cuties. And I just kind of wanted to draw like fun little creatures inside little worlds, if that makes sense. So it's like a window into a world. I'll probably be streaming till about 8:30 tonight. Just getting back into the swing of things, but I will definitely be back on Friday night, 7 p.m. for more Detroit Become Human. And once again, thanks everybody so much for being so patient. Thanks for still being here, even though I've been gone off and on about a month at a time. It's think I'm finally coming out to the other side. I'm still kind of in the last little leg of it, but can't wait to just move on and start the next journey in the next part of my life. I got you, Jiffy. It's normal to have ups and downs in life. I know you're doing your best to overcome those downs. I appreciate that. And what the stream is about is grieving, and grieving sometimes is a necessary process to get back to your ups. Sorry if I go a little quiet. I'm in the zone, the Jiffy zone. Yeah, the 7 stages of grief. Oh, I should have gone through that. I'm nearing the acceptance part, but it's still hard with some of the legal stuff still going on. So it might take some time before, it might take a long time before you get to the acceptance. Yeah, I like the body shape is so much better. I didn't quite finish drawing the hair here. I'll have to come back to that. Oops. Darn hand. I have very shaky hands. Let's see here. Div says, yeah, it'll be very related to the grief topic. What do you think of those stages? So I think they're all very necessary. I think let me pull up really quick the 7 stages here. Yeah, so we have shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, testing, and acceptance. So shock is the initial disbelief and the numbness, which I was definitely feeling that first 3 months. Denial, trying to ignore the reality of the loss. Like, I was definitely like, oh, we can make this work. I love, I love my husband. I love, I'm a hopeless romantic. So I was like, I know we can get through this. We said we can get through anything. I believe in like our marriage and I believe in us. Anger, that one, as I told everyone earlier, it's a very necessary feeling. But like, don't let it consume you. Don't let hate and anger consume you, because it can just lead you back into another round of pain. Bargaining, making deals with oneself or a higher power to undo the loss. So, and I talked about this briefly, again, content warning, trigger warning. I wanted to end everything. I just couldn't. I like begged. I was like, why did this happen? Please just let everything go back to normal. And yeah, I definitely went through that. The depression. So when I told you guys, I really needed to take another break, that was the depression. I was on step 5. Definitely step 5. So I took another month pretty much. Because I was just so depressed and sad that I just needed to allow myself to be sad. And then number 6, it says here, is testing, trying to find ways to cope and adjust to a new reality. So yeah, it's, the art of being alone. That book is probably a good suggestion. Trying the new reality that I don't have someone here every day, and being okay in my own company. And that part has been extremely hard. I think I'm at number 6 right now. And then number 7 is acceptance, coming to terms with the loss and finding ways to move forward. I'm between 6 and 7 right now. I would say, yeah, it's been about 7 months, like I said earlier, when all this kind of started and happened. And that's almost a whole year. So like, when I say take your time, and everyone grieves differently and at a different in a different way, that's what I'm saying. Let's see here. Yeah. So I kind of wrote a little bit earlier, I wrote a little spiel about how I've been processing this whole thing. And then I recommended a book and what's in the book. And then I talked about persistent depression disorder, which is what I have. which can make grief all the more fun, or not fun, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's more in the beginning part of the video if you're interested. But I really hope, I'm really glad actually, because you guys have told me that this has been very helpful for you. Mental health is my number one, I'm a huge advocate for it. It's my number one goal for myself is to take care of my mental health. It's very, very important. And I hope, and I truly hope that it helps someone today that may need it, whether you're just lurking or chatting with us here in the chat. And if you want to chat with like-minded people, there is a link down to the Discord below. Come on, hand. You can do it. Yeah. I can tell my hand's a little tired today. I've been doing a lot of drawing behind the scenes, trying to get caught up on projects. I did the artist thing where I got too many projects going. Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, I didn't even like realize, like, from when because I kind of had to stop streaming for 2 months because I didn't have access to my computer, and then I got the computer, and then that having the stream for a little bit helped me have something to distract me, and then I just kind of, once I moved again, I was just like having to adjust again, so I was just like, I needed some time. I'm glad you're still here, existing in your universe. Aww. Taking a long time to process those things is needed, and it's understandable. Yeah, I appreciate that. And it's hard to be honest about those things, because it's not an easy thing to tell people. But the love and understanding that not only my friends have shown me, but you all, my community has shown me, is vastly appreciated. I can't thank you enough for still wanting to be here. I still don't know what I'm doing with all this streaming stuff, but I've always wanted to help people, so I'm hoping that I'm at least doing that. Because this alien knows what it feels like to not fit in and to feel lost, because I felt lost for a long time. I think I almost did that in one fell swoop there. I've been finding that, yeah, drawing and talking has definitely been my biggest challenge, so I apologize if I don't get a lot of drawing done on screen. I do better when I'm working by myself, but hopefully the conversation's good. Let's see here. David says, I should find time to come over again or to hang out, preferably longer than last time. Absolutely. I can always head out your way too. I still have that thing I need to give you that I bought for you. Div says, hey, it's also one of living creature's flaws. Even an alien, right? Especially in a big galaxy. Everything could get lost there. No one would know where you'll see a no one would know where you'll see a black hole when you fly. Aw, that's really sweet. I have a part of the Discord. If you have a nice positive message to send, we have the positive messages from the black hole part of the Discord to put out positive messages out to the universe. You never know, it might just make someone's day. Yeah, and David, I'll be moving into my new place. Hopefully it'll be the last place for a little while, at least for a year. I'll have my own room. and my own bathroom, and I'll just kind of have my own space for the first time. Haha, space. It's so bad I can't say that word without laughing. Space, the final frontier. Patience. Yeah, patience is key. Don't rush grieving. Don't rush healing. It'll happen in its own time. Oh. And I think with that, I think I'm gonna head off for the night. I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you for all your love and support. I've always wanted to do all this, and there's so many people that have made it happen, and you guys being here is what keeps it happening. So thank you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. We're trying to get to 500. And I will see you guys on Friday for more Detroit Become Human. Love you guys. Thank you. Have a great week.